we're just gonna be talking about my random thoughts because almost every single animation YouTuber has made one. Just look at this. I thought I'd make this video so I can keep the trend going on for a little while. Only if there's any more animation YouTubers coming. Let's talk about my first random thought. What if that means having graves that you can actually find in the real world? Well, at least he found the way. Don't you mean the way? Yeah, that's how we got it. That's what says it. So, some people say it.
Sup y'all, dib08 here. First things first, let's discuss the elephant in the room. The random thoughts trend is dead. It's been, hold up, let me check. It's been dead since like 2019. So, this raises a question. Why am I even making a random thoughts video in the first place? Well, as you saw earlier, I made a random thoughts video back when the trend was still somewhat alive. 4 years ago to be specific. And let's say it was the worst video I've ever produced in my life. So this video is kind of like a redemption, if you'd like to call it that. Well, I won't keep y'all waiting any longer. Without further ado, let us take a dive into my smooth brain and explore my random thoughts once again. Oh yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And also check out my merch if you feel so inclined. It's a pretty nice way to support me. I appreciate y'all. Enjoy the video. So, you know how bees typically have colonies? Personally, I have never ripped open a beehive and inspected what goes on in there. Like the normal human being that I am, I've never known what goes on in there. Something I've always liked to imagine about them is that in those colonies, there'd be a full-on bee societal infrastructure in there. Think like education, careers, healthcare, stuff like that. Speaking of healthcare, wouldn't it be funny if it was ridiculously overpriced just like how it is in the US? Yeah, looks like you got a tiny cut on your left wing. It'll heal on its own, you just gotta rest for like a day or two. Alright, sounds good, doc. Okay, just for the recommendation, that'll be, $1 bazillion. We all know the age-old saying, money doesn't grow on trees. What if money did grow on trees? Well, for starters, people would quit their jobs forever, since there wouldn't even be a point in working anymore. Free money is literally right here. And since everyone has money, people are obviously gonna go on a splurge. Maybe cop some expensive clothing brands, cars, mansions, rich stuff like that. Eventually, when money trees get scarce, and when it comes down to it, people are gonna have to brawl. I already know. Oh wait, now that I think about this, literally everyone has so much money that it would cause the oversupply of money, thus leading to it losing value and eventually making money worthless and completely obsolete. Hell, we would probably have to use cryptocurrency then. Yikes. Okay, next thing. At the time of writing the script, the government recently confirmed aliens. Now with that on the table, I wonder what kind of things aliens have access to. For example, colors. I'm assuming that aliens see things differently, color-wise. So if that's the case, there's a chance that they could see colors that we can't even comprehend. Like, try to imagine a brand new color right now. Exactly, you can't. Human minds can't comprehend colors outside the visible light spectrum. Well, most likely, aliens see those colors daily. Who knows, maybe it can be the other way around. We see things that aliens can't comprehend. So that's a little fun thought to have when we're all eventually pulled into a space war. Do you know how scientific animal names are super overcomplicated and specific? Who comes up with these names in the first place? And how do they do it? The animal naming system? I like to imagine it's just two people in a room. One dude randomly selecting animals to be named, and then another dude actually naming them. Okay man, you just have to name one more animal, and then you can go home to your wife and kids. Any ideas for this thing?
Parastratius ficomaya stratius ficomuoides brunetti.
That's a real name, by the way. The more you know. So, when it comes to baking, the recipes can get pretty complex. Let's use brownies as an example. We have eggs, flour, butter, sugar, cocoa powder, and powdered sugar. And not to mention what you have to do with all those things. So how did someone find out how to make brownies? The perfect amount of each ingredient just doesn't come out of nowhere. So with all that in mind, do you think the person that invented brownies was just like, okay, a bowl, this over here, oh, and maybe a little bit of this. Alright, and we put this in the fire. Okay, never mind, it's getting boring. And, I think you eat this? Imagine what it was like for the first person who burped. I know, but just hear me out. Like, this one guy didn't even know that the human body could do that. And like, for the time, just imagine how terrifying it would be. Let me put this into perspective. You know, every time you burp, you let out a little bit of air. If I was in this position, where I burped and I didn't know what this meant, I would have assumed that that air was my soul, and I would have been having a full existential crisis. Like, my soul just got ripped out of my body. I don't know why it happened, or even what happened. All I would know is that I would be dying soon, I don't know when, and all I can do is just wait for my time to run out. Damn, that got dark. So, those were my random thoughts. I said everything that was in my brain. So how about I wrap this video up? Like always, see y'all on the flip side, and live your life.